Hi. Today the main topic is system design of design system. So, so last video I just talked about what is design system, and I talk about like how Netflix is doing it, and what's the strategy of this design system, and so what do we really earn from the design system, and but I think I think the important part is that not most important, but I think the important part is that understand our system design of it. Um, design system is not really easy. If you look at we can just make a design system really easy. Um, if you look at if you kind of uh, underestimate design system, you will eventually putting yourself into some kind of some kind of the circumstances because design system is not easy. So if there's something wrong with it, you have to fix it, and it's gonna be so big and it's gonna be over engineering. So, so we just assume that you already made some kind of your library that follows design system. Your library, and another example, you're just gonna use the framer tool. Framer tool is just like a framer framer design tool. And how about this? How about using some kind of CDN for the exporting this kind of your library into framework design tool? Because if you look at if you look at the framework design tool, there's features called as code component, which is convert your design into React code. But to use code component, we should put some kind of link into our component. Example, the button. So you have to provide the link of the button, the JS via link. But we have to construct the server for it, so that's gonna be CDN. Most popular CDN, JavaScript module CDN is ESMCH. So it's gonna be CDN and then this part in our React code. But this is really actually the ideal thing. But thing is, it's not really easy. First of all, your design system, if it's private, is gonna be more difficult. Okay, if it's your design system is private, you might consider using some kind of like the tool for the platform for the npm registry. So what do you mean npm registry? Npm registry. So npm registry is just storage. When you're trying to install some kind of package, you eventually directly goes up to the npm packages, and you just go to the npm registry, and you just gotta get it and install it. But there's a platform that they gets the npm registry when it needs. So what does it mean? Like example, npm miner. npm miner is one of the platform or tools that use the npm registry. It uses kind of is the mirrors the npm registry database through a continuous application. The purpose of the npm miner, what I know about it, just like crawls the package into npm and analyze the unnecessary or not JavaScript module. So by the way, this is not important, but so that is npm miner, but that's not kind of for the npm private platform, because like those kind of Nexus or JFrog is a popular platform for it. And I'm just gonna try to introduce the JFrog thing. The JFrog is one of the popular platform that supports private packages rather than rely on the npm. JFrog Artifactory. And the how it does work is, example, if it's public, the JFrog Artifactory sends a request for the given given version of the package and the name of the package. After npm registry sends back into JFrog, and JFrog so JFrog is gonna be sends the package content for you. So the JFrog is kind of using the proxy server thing, rather than installing whole of the npm packages. You just getting the npm rely on the request of the user. And after receiving the npm packages, our request the npm packages, it's stored in the cache. It's stored as a cache. So we really think about cache as really some kind of RAM in the cache, or some kind of image in the cache. But this cache is just different. It's stored in this, so you cannot really easy to erase it. So it's stored in the disk and the cache here. But those kind of CJF. But the thing is that configuring disk and those kind of processing, understanding about it is kind of engineering thing. So what I did was I relied on the VPS, the virtual private server that hosts the JFrog Artifactory, and of course there's gonna be disk on it. And that was very hard for me because I have to care about some kind of disk capacity, and I have to care about if the JFrog is really working or not. But the most important thing is that the JFrog self-host is really costs a lot. It's like $20,000, I think. Because I already had a meeting with the JFrog business marketing team, all those kind of stuff, and they talk about cost on it, and I think that's really expensive for the startups. So those kind of things, and also the ESMSH is kind of for the public UI library. So what you have to do is you can just self-host the ESMSH using CloudFront. Cloudflare. So using Cloudflare, you can just self-host ESMSH, and also there's the fetcher in the framework that they really connects with the Cloudflare. So we can just make ESMSH in our custom ESMSH into self-host Cloudflare, and we can use fetch option in the framework, also utilizing Cloudflare. So we can just integrate it. The reason why we're trying to using this kind of complex thing is our UI library. It's just the assumption that our design system, our UI library is the private. If it's not private, you don't have to do it. Private, and then of course you have to care about the UI library, the burden change. So but that's gonna be simple because you can just use the GitHub CI/CD for the pipeline, and when it detects some kind of the change set, you can just triggers the server, so we can just replace the URL for it, and we can just send it back to it. The authentication is Framer actually provides some kind of authentication via fetch. It's not really the fetch in some kind of server fetch, those kind of things. It's just the how to say it, Framer API is called the fetch. There's some kind of API and it's called the fetch, and those kind of things. And after that, we're just gonna make it. And also, rather than making like this, we have to analyze the design. Example, you made a beautiful design using via ESMSH made of like button component, and this button component is very nice, and you designer made some kind of cool design, but you have to make this into real code, right? But how? Figma, they don't really provide some kind of sort of it. They just have it. If I made some kind of beautiful design, they just can't export the real code. But for us, it's how to make it, because we're not gonna use the Figma, because Figma only supports for the organizations, those kind of code connect thing. So what we have to do is we can just make the Google extensions about this code. But how does it possible? We can just make this your custom library, and we can just put hash or some kind of the name on the our HTML, the library, library component, and we can put the hash or the name on the outer part or the most parent part of the our custom component button or accordion or those kind of thing, and make extension reads this HTML and change into React code. So that has to be integrated with this pipeline. I think this is it. So this is it. I think that's kind of theory thing. So I think I have to explain after making this into the real world. So this is it. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye bye.